what I need to know right now. This meditation is serving what might be important to hear right now, to allow ourselves to come back to center. Come back to our natural self. The place inside where we know we belong. We belong to be right here in our life as a contributor, vital, a vital part of the whole. So we can often lose sight that our presence, that what we have to offer is needed. Is essential. For others. How often do we lose sight of this? How often do we get into the daily grind of just surviving? Or just thinking of our own satisfaction? Being so overwhelmed by our own wanting, our own desires, our own pain. Our own doubts, our own insecurity, anxiety. That we lose sight of this very simple and core perception that is rather obvious when we're coming from our center. When we can step out of our patterns and remember that we are needed. That our presence is needed. That our presence is a gift. And we might think, well, I don't know how to access my presence. I'm just kind of a walking machine of my conditioning and my patterns. How can I truly be of service? How can I give this presence when I can't access it? When I'm not sure what my gifts are? I'm not sure what my talents are. Or even if you have a sense, well, I'm not sure my talent is good enough yet. I'm not sure it's worthy of being of service. And we're just centering back into the truth. That you can never be separate from your presence. You can never be separate from your gifts. You can never be separate from the energy within you that is of service to each and every moment. And so really we can just shift our orientation right now to how can I serve? What is the simple next step? The simple thing I can say to someone. The simple way I can show up in my life as it is. No big change required. No revelation required. No circumstance that needs to be different. Regardless of where you are in this moment. It can even be as simple as sending a prayer, sending a text, smiling at someone. Or maybe even appreciating yourself. What are the words that you need to hear right now? What is the acknowledgement that helps you feel this vitality that's always here? This worthiness, this service that's always here. So just take a moment as we imagine yourself Just as a little exercise, we can see yourself connected to everything. Connected to every single person. Connected to every single thing in reality. Like an invisible net. That creates a living stream of consciousness and connection between you and all that is. And just take a moment to feel that aliveness, to feel the vitality in that. The uniqueness of this moment, the uniqueness of this opportunity of impact. If you knew this was not just an imaginative exercise, but actually the reality that you are living in, how would you move in the world? How would you show up? How would you take the next step? What next step would you take? If you knew that your every single action impacts everything else. And so there's a choice point. If every single thing that I do, say, think, has a potential to impact everything, from my deepest presence, what is inspired to come forth? What moves me from that place? And you can feel how different of a place this is to engage reality from. How much more expanded, how much more open, how much more trusting and engaging it is. Feel the engagement of saying yes to life. Yes to this unique version of consciousness. This unique expression of consciousness that is available only through you. That is not only a gift for you to experience, but for all that is. For you wouldn't even exist if that was not the case. You exist because you needed to exist. Life needed you. And in response to that, the mind might say, well, life needed me, and what if I'm failing that need? What if I'm not quite up to the task or mission? What if I didn't access my presence and gifts enough? And we want to just lighten that load, lighten that heaviness by remembering. Your existence is already the gift. And the mission is everything. Meaning, not a specific task, not a grand offering, but the minutia, the every second, the every breath, the inhale, the exhale, is the offering, is the mission. You have already fulfilled it by your very breath. So what if we really take this in right now? That with each inhale, you are taking in more acknowledgement of your fulfillment of this mission. And with each exhale, you are expanding into even greater fulfillment. You are expressing even more. And so simultaneously, you are already in complete fulfillment. And you are expanding into even more. And we we can feel how that naturally opens the body. There's a natural resonance there. To give of yourself. To serve. When we allow each breath to be the very service that we are. Actions, words, expression can follow very naturally, without complexity, without overthinking, with ease, with flow. So we can trust. From this openness, what if you just trusted the next impulse? What if you just trust you are already connected? You are already fulfilled. And you get to experience even more fulfillment. As you remember how vital your existence is to everything. Without pressure, with nothing to prove, and more to give. You are needed. You are appreciated. So expression can be natural, easy, and obvious. So give.